Hey everybody, this is Ryan Bradshaw at Wayne Community College. I've had a lot of emails from my students this semester, that would be you, and just having several people with questions on where to find assignments, issues with logging into Moodle / MindTap, and I just wanted to make a quick video to clarify some things. All assignments for classes will be turned in via MindTap, except for Business 230. I've already had a discussion with those students. But all other assignments will be turned in via MindTap. There's no discussions or anything done in Moodle whatsoever. And the reason for that is just to make it consistent with all the business classes and make it easier for students. Once they have one system down, you don't have to do a bunch of other learning software. I've got a screenshot pulled up of the Moodle login, and I'm just going to show you a few things inside of Moodle and in MindTap. Just as a reminder, I sent out some emails about this, but I want to make sure that you get it and understand it. So, of all these classes, I've looked at each one of them. I've looked at the MindTap component, and the courses is set up, and the assignments are there, but I just wanted to point out a few things to you. So I'm just going to go into this Business Law 1 class, and once we go in here, we see a few things. Everything is front and center that you need to focus in on, and pretty much all of my Moodle shells. So when you look at this Business 115 shell, it's going to look pretty consistent with any other shell that you look at. It's got my contact information over here. I have moved offices to Spruce 144. That was a recent move. I'm downstairs in the Spruce building. So if you need me, you can come out and see me personally. My office hours are posted. My phone number is listed, but the best way to reach me is through email. I try to email students back within 24 hours on the weekdays. If it's the weekend, if it's not an emergency, I tend to not address that many emails on the weekend unless it's something pressing. One thing you need to know as a student of mine is to not freak out. If you have an issue with a connection, just don't freak out about it. We'll address that. Another thing, just on that note, is that I've got probably over 100 students this semester. I know I do. And each student has a different type of computer or tablet or cell phone or way that they connect to the internet. With all those different types of connections, you have to keep in mind that your device is going to respond differently to software. So when you go into MindTap, if you're using an HP product or a Dell or a Mac product or a RCA tablet, for example, or an iPad, they're each going to respond a little differently to the software for MindTap. And the reason for that is not only is the product and software different that you're using, but you've also installed other applications and software that make your system unique. And sometimes there are issues underlying that I can't diagnose if you have some viruses or other things that might give you computer issues or some limitations on your equipment. I had a student this morning that was using a tablet and it wasn't set up to allow MindTap to work on that particular tablet. So just keep in mind that you may be running into some tech issues that are on your end, not just on the MindTap end. So on that note, if you run into an issue with MindTap, the first thing I would ask you to do is to try a different browser. So a lot of people use Internet Explorer. I would recommend that, but also try Google Chrome, Mozilla, and Firefox. Try logging in on each different one, because I've logged in sometimes. I usually use Chrome, but sometimes I use Firefox and it works better. So just try that first. If that doesn't fix your issue when it comes to getting into MindTap and doing assignments, the next thing I would suggest try is to change devices. So if you're on a laptop and you tried the different browsers, try a different computer. And I know a lot of students that are taking classes online don't like to come to campus, but sometimes as a college student, you need to come to campus to get that support. We do have a lab set up in Spruce 135, and we have dedicated tutors to helping students with those types of issues. We also have a computer lab in the second floor of Azalea, and if you just email me or contact me, I can direct you to where that lab is. We have professionals in there that are dedicated to helping students with connection issues and with tech issues. So those resources are there, and I just don't want you to fall into the trap of complaining about it instead of being proactive to figure out a way around it, because it creates frustration for you, for me, and everybody. So The main thing is to be proactive and address those issues early. Okay, we're looking at the course shell again, and a couple things I want to point to your attention. Like I said, everything's front and center. The syllabus is right there in front of you, and it's unique for each class. So take an opportunity to look at the syllabus. It's going to tell you what's due and what the expectations are for the class, the course outcomes. And the main thing I would draw your attention to is the course schedule. When you pull up the course schedule, it's going to identify the due dates for every assignment in the course. It's got all the dates lined out. It's got all the assignments lined out, and other events like holidays and spring breaks and things like that. So take an opportunity to review that information. This is essential. I recommend getting one of those Wayne Community College notebooks that are free. It's a small spiral-bound notebook that has the calendar in it. You could sit down in an afternoon and write down all your due dates for every class, and then when you go back to reference your calendar, you'll be able to see your weekend review, and just I promise you it will alleviate some stress in your semester when you can see all the assignments you have to do and all the tests and quizzes and things. So take an opportunity to do that. I guarantee you it will save you time and frustration. All right, so I hope that you please take an opportunity to review this course schedule. It is vitally important. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is actually the MindTap application. But one last thing before I leave Moodle. I like to send out notices via email. So when I send those out, they come from the news right here. So if for some reason you're not getting email from me, which you should reference this news forum at least 2 to 3 times a week to see the latest news topics, because I will send out an email and I'll duplicate it in the news so you can get notices and things like that of upcoming events, delays, closings, other needed information throughout the semester. So if you do not reference your email often, that's going to be a problem. Email is the primary way I communicate with you, so make sure that you set up your email and have it come to you very often. If you have a smartphone or device, you can actually connect your Wayne Community College email to your mailbox and have it come in, as it comes in. And I highly recommend that. I have that myself, so if you send me an email, it comes to my cell phone and allows me to communicate with my students faster. So with those things in mind, the last thing I want to draw your attention to, one other thing that came to mind before we go to MindTap. Let me go to a class that is a hybrid or an online class. So if we have a hybrid or an online class like this 13755, Principles of Management, you're going to see the enrollment verification quiz. If you are in a hybrid or online class, you must take this enrollment verification quiz in order to avoid getting dropped from the class. So please take the enrollment verification quiz. It's vitally important. I can't stress it enough. So take the quiz. All right. So now this brings us to the MindTap links, finally. And there's 2 links you see here. One is for the actual MindTap classroom. The other is for tech support. And so we click on the MindTap classroom and it pulls up our information. It takes us to the class. And this is what I wanted to show you. A lot of you are seeing this view and freaking out. You see no activities due this week. This is the wrong view. If you'll notice right up here it says view. You can change the view of the course to this view, and it has a unit view. Let me adjust it a little bit. So we have these things that say count towards grade. They are in orange, and these are the things you need to dial into. So we have Introduction to MindTap. That would be counting towards the grade, and then we click on Part 1 Introduction. When we click on Part 1, it takes us to Chapter 1, Management. We click on Chapter 1, which is what we're working on right now in our seated class and online. And you can see that we have the self-assessments, we have the pre-quiz and the post-quiz, all that are counting towards the grade. There are a couple of things like the reading. There's an ebook that you can access on the go, which is really, really nice. I've done that myself, and it just helps enrich your learning. If you're not reading, you need to be reading, especially the text, but other readings as well, because it does help you become a better student. And then there's some study information down here. So this is what I wanted to express to you, is how to locate the assignments in MindTap. Very simple to do. I'm going to do it from another classroom just so you can see the consistency. I'm going to go back to my dashboard, which shows you all the classes that I have this spring. We'll go back to business law that we were in, and I'm going to slide down to MindTap once again, click on that, and it's going to open our MindTap view. And once again, you can see from this view it says no activities due, and I've received several emails, probably a dozen emails from students freaking out because they don't see assignments. So we go back to the view and change the view, and here we are. Unit 1, click on that. Chapter 1, click on that, and we have several things right here that we can expand: worksheets, brief hypothetical, and case problem. So I click on those things, and they open up for me to show me these count towards grades. And let me adjust this right here. You can see that case problem blueprint also counts towards the grade. So I hope this little information session has been helpful. If you are still having issues with MindTap, the number for Cengage Tech Support is 866-994-2427. But if Cengage doesn't help you, if changing the browser or device doesn't help you, I recommend coming to campus, Spruce 135. We're here to assist you, and we will get you set up. So I hope this helped alleviate some of your concerns and questions. If you need me at any time, you can always email me, and I'll be sure to get back to you ASAP. Have a great day and a great semester, and I'll talk to you soon.